Now to a dire warning about climate change.
Cars and homes were washed away.
If we don't take action, the collapse of our civilizations and the extinction of much of the natural world is on the horizon.
Here, I've got an experiment for you. Safety glasses on. By the end of this century, if emissions keep rising, the average temperature on Earth could go up another 4 to 8 degrees. What I'm saying is the planet's on fucking fire. You're not children anymore. I didn't mind explaining photosynthesis to you when you were 12, but you're adults now, and this is an actual crisis. Got it? When we release carbon, say by burning coal or driving an SUV, all of us pay for that in the form of things like fires, floods, and crop failures. Putting a fee on carbon creates incentives to emit less carbon. And more importantly, it also incentivizes the development of low-carbon technology, which is huge.
Because how can we expect countries like India or Nigeria to care about the climate crisis if we, who already have everything, don't care even a second about it or our actual commitments to the Paris Agreement?
This is now a clear global problem. The absolute consensus is that human action is leading to an increase in average temperatures. Absolute consensus. I know you may try to argue with that, but you can't.
Well, the specific point they make, of course, is that man-made climate change is real. Well, our own research shows, and research of others show, which we quote, is that man-made climate change does not exist.
The initial argument was there's going to be this rapid global warming. It hasn't happened. So it's very clear that the models have enormously exaggerated the warming potential.
This is the last 18 years and 6 months. There has been no significant warming of the Earth's climate, according to the UK Meteorological Office, which brought us ClimateGate. They're very much in the warmest camp, but they have to admit there has been no statistically significant warming for 18 years and 6 months on this Earth, even though about 25% of all the carbon dioxide we have ever emitted has gone into the atmosphere during this period.
Global warming was used, it was kind of created, the science of it was unearthed for political reasons. Secondly, is the way that the science has been presented, and the science has been presented in a systematically biased way. There is not criticism of the uncertainties, of the assumptions, of the leaps of faith involved, so one's getting a very one-sided view of the science, and that is bad science.
Sea level may not be rising at all. Green on this graph is the actual measured sea level, red is what was published. Do you notice the difference between the two? That global sea ice extent, here is the official record, has changed little in the past 35 years. That hurricane intensity, frequency and duration are just about at their least in half a century.
Because they have actually an ideology or a religious belief system that makes them reject even the basic truth that carbon dioxide is the most important food for life on Earth, along with water. Those two are the most important. The problem is CO2 is invisible, but CNN lies.
The policies for controlling climate are not actually about controlling climate, they're about controlling you.